Welcome to another episode of Saint Vincent Untold Stories. On this episode, we just want to update you about some things that went on in Saint Vincent and the Grenadines, and we give you an update with the soufriere volcano in Saint Vincent and many more. Big ups to all of my subscribers. And if you are new to the channel, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and hit the bell icon if you wish to see more videos like this one. So you remember that we did an episode about the missing Popo from the Georgetown police station. Well, the allegations are that those Popos were found. They are saying that it is a cop and a former national footballer. But that cop that they are saying did that. I know the youth very well. He's a very good youth. I don't know what he got mixed up in. It could be a situation that because we are under extreme poverty, the salary that the officer is being paid cannot meet up with his bills. The allegations are that the officer is from a place called Zaiman's village. And we won't say that any bad man isn't in that village. But what were they going to do with the things? It is said that one of the popo and some corn were already sold off. So you see what Untold Stories is telling you. The men already started to sell the popo them. So it means the man them do it to gain some money. From the looks of things, they didn't take them to use them in any bad way. They just want to make some extra cash. You see, in places like Baghdad, Glina, and so forth, them youth in a textiling. Every night I think about span rapid. Just the other night, someone said that one echoed like if a jailbit was stuck in a wall. You know, when you try to force a jailbit, it goes. You feel it all in your bones. You see, in those areas, according to how long it goes off, a person start to say, somebody get it now. In the case of the officer and the former footballer, it is like someone spoke out. Because how did they know that they sold one of the popo to someone? Somebody squeal upon somebody. Somebody turn rat. The way how things are going in this country right now, we can only allege that those persons they not give those statements freely. They must get to knock and knock. It have one, as they say, have a missing little finger. They say that he knocks first and talks after. So you know when you reach up to his office, blah. So the wannabe bad men who team up to do things with friends and wears a badness on the face, you better not meet up with him, otherwise you would be squealing immediately. One individual was saying that one time they were at an outing having some drinks, and he and a man started to exchange words, and they scrambled each other. And here comes the same man I'm telling you about. And the man do so whoop and gave him an uppercut and cut his wind immediately. The man said him just fall upon his knees and say, officer, no more, officer, no more. That is why Untold Stories is pleading with the youths to stay on the right paths, because some of these officers don't joke, you know. If you are in a situation where you have to defend yourself, no problem. But if you can avoid trouble, avoid it. Let me explain something to you. You see, when you go to Her Majesty's prison or to the Belle Isles Correctional Facility and you don't have anybody, you don't know any friends, nobody's bringing anything for you, then you are in big trouble. It have men that would warn you. A young boy won't take nothing from that fella. He's not on a straight path. But because you have nobody, him will pass a puff puff for you, and you would keep asking for more. So tomorrow again, he would give you another one until the bill goes up, and you don't even know that you are paying the bill. You think that the guy is giving you it for free, and then one day he comes to you and says, you know what, you owe me. How are you going to pay for those puff puff that I gave to you? Then you are going to say, oh, you never told me that I had to pay for it. And the bad man them in the corner go say, you, we warned you, you know. Then your body would be in serious problems. And sometime you see men go into the system as men and come out differently. That is one of the reasons why. Plus again, prisons is not a bed of roses. You have wardens telling you what to do 24/7. You think it's easy? Then in a smaller cell with a lot of men, you can't even talk aloud. You can't even do what you want properly in privacy. You saw what happened when the big C just came out. They were telling persons to quarantine for 1 day and some for 2 days. And those men couldn't stay in quarantine for just 1 day. So imagine being incarcerated for 15 to 30 years. If you know you can avoid something, avoid it. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. And you see, most of the times, these men are in groups. So when pressure reaches the group, they begin to squeal on one another. There is an old saying that have been around for ages, in which women say that when they are going to meet their boyfriends, they go alone. They don't go with company. By constantly reading the newspapers and watching the news. About 70% of the men in a prison were sold out. Just recently, a witness that goes by the alias Patch Nuts was sent to Dovecat. The men that he witnessed against, they don't do it because they are incarcerated. You see, Patch Nuts himself had several run-ins with the law. You see, that's what I'm saying. Most time, these men on the streets end up and be the same prosecution witness. Ask anybody about outer foreign. You got to be initiated. No man can come from country and unite with a team from tongue just so. And none team from tongue can come up a country and just link with a country team. It doesn't work like that. Out in a foreign in order to solve some of these crimes. Though you notice what the FBI does, they have to go undercover for several months because they cannot just come and join up with the teams. No. It have men from the outskirts of Kingston, those go around in other communities pretending to be bad men. But when you hear the shout, they ain't bad. They're not from Atley Hall. They're not from Glen. They're not from Paul's Avenue. They are not from Black 2000s. What does they do to say that they are bad men so that you can trust them to do badness? And the reason why I pointed out those areas because all those areas were once hot spots and the statistics is there to show. So we are not telling lies. It is in the news. So we are warning as the ghetto youths to put us on a bad man thing. We are very sorry that the officer made that choice because we know him as a good youth. Class in a session right now. If something moves from 500 to 200, that's a decrease, right? So when something moves from 200 to 300, that's an increase, right? So what is Dr. Lynch saying? Mr. Lynch, you came here to do a job just like Dr. Stinton. So the big man is offering you pudding and we are asking you not to take that pudding. Do your job professionally at all times. Right now, you are one of the most important men in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and a lot is resting on your shoulders. If you have information about the volcano that can help the people, give it to the people. We know that the equipment is not up as yet at the summit. So if you want videos, please reach out to Lava Man. He's willing to help. Don't be afraid. This coming Tuesday, the entire nation would be heading to Kingston with their placards in hand. This time around, the big man has to be worried because I have seen several posts on social media in which persons are saying that they are fed up, so they are going this time around. We are assuming that this time would be bigger because the unions are coming out now. With that being said, I just want to big up the entire nation of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the regional islands, and the international countries who are praying and supporting us during these difficult times. We thank you. I'm out.